Hey there everybody, this is Mike Jones from the Connection Games and Comics with my round 2 Return to Ravnica block draft from Friday, May the 24th. My opponent in round 2 is the other Michael in the pod, so now I've played both Mikes and me. Alright, so my opening hand here, I've got a mountain and an island and a bunch of red spells. Seems pretty reasonable. Michael Mulligans didn't like his first 7. He won the dice roll, so he's going to be going first. So I'm pretty happy. I got a 2-lander and some stuff I can cast. I believe that's the Riot Piker, second from the left, so at least I have something I'm going to be getting out. Anyway, so he leads off with Mountain Legion Loyalist. Hits me for 1 right away. Ouch. Before I even get to play a card. I drew the Riot Piker there, that's what. And play Mountains, pass turn back. And he's going to come in again with the Loyalist. That's another one. Puts me down to 18. I draw, get a swamp off the top. And drop the Riot Piker. That's going to deal with his Legion Loyalist at least 1 turn when I don't have to attack with it. Yeah, I'll try to speak a little louder on these videos and enunciate more clearly. I notice that I start to mumble after the videos go on for a while. Apologies. If you notice me doing it again, please comment, let me know what time index, and I'll see if I can't try to focus a little more as I do the rest of these videos. Alright, so he puts out a Tower Drake. I believe that's what that is. 2/1 flyer that he can pump the toughness on. Not going to be able to block that anyway. So I got to get in with the Riot Piker. In he goes. He decides not to block, takes the 2. So I got a Street Spasm there, a couple of Rubble Belt Makas. Oh, that's a Punish the Enemy I think I have there as well. So he comes in for 3. I know I can't block obviously, so I'm down to 15. And he drops the Keymaster Rogue, bouncing the Legion Loyalist back to his hand. So now he's got 5 power of unblockable dudes on his side. I draw another Swamp. Drop the island down. Don't know why I did that. Probably would have been better to play the Swamp. No reason to tell him this early that I have a blue splash. Anyway, Riot Piker has to get in there. He chooses not to block again. That takes him down to 16. And I just dropped my Rubble Belt Maka, I believe, here. Go into race mode. Although right now he's going to win that race with the current board state, especially since he can drop the Loyalist again. Give it Battalion, give his guys first strike. Not that I can block anything he has anyway right now. But yeah, he probably wouldn't want to attack with a Loyalist because I just block it with the Maka. But he drops it anyway. He's not going to attack with it. He'll just attack with the 5 I can't block. He thinks about it for a while though, just make sure I can't do anything about it. I have no mana untapped, so he shouldn't have been super concerned here. And that's going to take me down to 10. He's still at 16. So not looking so good on my side of the table here. His deck's pretty aggressive so far. A little bit of evasion going on. And I draw the Blood Witch. That's a good draw, I think. So I play my land here. I'm not sure if I make the right play here. I mean, looking at the thing, he's coming at me for 5, 6 if I tap out this turn, next turn. That puts me in the range for a lot of pump and or burn can actually just win the game, although he's not playing. Oh yes, yeah, he's got red, blue, white, so he's got USA colors over there. But I go in with the whole team here, so I think this was a little too aggressive on my part. I probably could have held back the Rubble Belt Maka. He's going to just throw the Legion Loyalist in front of there, and then he Deputy of Acquittals to bounce the Loyalist back to his hand before damage is done, and he just takes 4, so it puts him down to 11. And I'm taking a pretty big crackback here because he's got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with the Legion Loyalist on the table. But he doesn't play the Loyalist. And just swings in for 9. How did he do 9 there? I'm missing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that a 4/4? Anyway, he plays the Herbis Protector here. We're searching for an angel token for him for a while. And I drop Perilous Shadow. That's not going to save me here. I'm not going to have enough blockers. So I'm trying to think if I can get in for 11 damage here. He has 2 blockers. The Herbis Protector there was pretty timely, and I think I had him. So maybe my play wasn't bad. I mean, I have the other Robo Belt in my hand, so if he had one creature he could have played, hopefully the Loyalist I was thinking, I could swing back and pump something. 4, 5, 6, 7. No, still not enough. Still would have been short. And I got the Blood Fray Giant in my hand too. It would have had haste. I'm short 1 red mana though to play that. Alright. I guess that's what's got me frustrated here. And I'm thinking Street Spasm too, same problem, although it's not going to deal with his flyers. Anyway, so I cast Punish the Enemy. I take out the 1/1 Herbis Protector, do 3 to him, that puts him at 8. And swing with my whole team. He blocks the angel in front of my Rubble Belt Maka, and that's going to mean I only do 5, 6 damage to him, which isn't enough because he's going to swing back for the win. So game 1 goes to Michael. Good game. Alright, so I sideboard out the same thing I did the first match. I take out the Racketeer and the Perilous Shadow, and I put in the Electricity and the Lobber Crew. Saw enough X1s in his deck that the Electricity should be useful. And I'm hoping that this is going to be with me going first. I can be a little more aggressive. I don't know. The Lobber Crew just seems like a good choice. I think it probably should have been main decked. Anyway, so he leads off again with the Legion Loyalist. I draw Warmind Infantry and drop my Riot Piker. And this time he's only getting in for 1 damage with that Legion Loyalist before I have an answer for it. He drops a Bomber Core. And I pick up Grizzly Spectacle. That's decent. So now I got Augur Spree and Grizzly Spectacle and Punish the Enemy in my hand, plus a Rubble Maka and Warmind Infantry. So I get in there with the Riot Piker because I have to. Drop the Warmind Infantry. It's going to deal with both of his creatures. Well, he doesn't have any profitable attacks, let's put it that way. So he does not attack. Lets me untap. I draw another Rubble Belt Maka. Surprising how many games I had 2 of those and I drew them both. I could use another mana right here. Anyway, he's having mana problems too. He's stuck on 2 as well. I get in with both guys. He chooses not to block. I'm figuring the race is pretty profitable for me right now. He's at 14 now. He drops the Concordia Pegasus, the 1/3 flyer, and he attacks with his 2 dudes. I don't want him getting Battalion going off next turn and taking out my Piker, so I'm going to Augur Spree the Bomber Core. I take 1. That puts me to 18. And he passes back. He's still missing his 3rd land drop. And so am I. He can't even play my Frostburn. Weird. Alright, well, I'll get in there with both those guys again. And he's going to put the Pegasus in front of one of them, and I'll Blood Rush my Rubble Belt Maka to take it out. Still hit him for 2. he's thinking about what to. Oh, he drew his island there, so now he's looking at considering his options. I haven't played with Michael before, so I'm not sure how much experience he's got. But made a really aggressive fun deck. He drops an Is It Cluestone, and I drew that 4th land I needed. Alright, so getting in with both my guys. It's going to take him down to 8, and I'll drop another Rubble Belt Maka, making my board look pretty juicy. I have 4, 7, 8, 9 damage on the board. He has 1 blocker, and I have removal in my hand. So he's going to drop the Keymaster Rogue, popping the Legion Loyalist back to his hand. That should be game for me here. I can punish the enemy to remove the Keymaster Rogue if I get a land, which I do. Yeah, and so I see that. That'll put him down to 5. Swing with my team, and looks like we're off to game 3. So it's 1 game apiece. I sideboard out the Riot Piker and decide to put the Perilous Shadow back in, figuring he's going to go first. He's got a pretty aggressive deck. Hopefully the Shadow will allow me to stabilize and give me a little more late game if I need it. There is one huge play mistake that I make in this game. So here I have a 6-land hand and the Blood Witch. I'm feeling pretty lucky, I guess, because I decided to keep this, which I don't think was a good idea. So now I drew another land, which is typical when you have a 6-land hand. You tend to draw more lands. But the risk pays off because he also had a lot of land hands. I draw an Augur Spree. That's not going to do anything this turn. And Is It Cluestone? So anyway, I make a huge play mistake. Later he misses it as well. And it does turn the game in my favor, I think, significantly. So I'm not sure how the game would have gone if I had actually read the card correctly. I'll point it out when we get to it, but I feel bad. Sorry, Michael. I will not make that mistake again. Anyway, 4 mana, I get there. He hasn't put anything on the board yet, so I'm going to get in there with my Unleashed Blood Witch. That takes him down to 16. And he inspirations there to draw 2 in response. And I pass the turn back, he untaps. So he has a potentially, he's got at least 5 mana available. And he's just drawn 2 cards, so yeah, so now he's up to 6 mana. And no white sources yet. So I think that's the problem he's having over there. He's got red and blue, but no white right now. So he drops a Nivik Guildmage, then immediately follows it up with a Keymaster Rogue and pops the Guildmage back to his hand. So he has a 3/2, still not going to get in front of my 4/4 first strike. I draw more land, huzzah, and Street Spasm there, which is the card that I don't read correctly. So I'm going to get in for 4, he doesn't block. Decides to Paralyzing Grasp my Blood Witch, which was quite nice. And then he's going to drop the Guildmage and swing for 3. And here I think, aha, I will Street Spasm for 3, thinking it's 2 red and X, not 2 red and 2X. So really I did 1.5 damage to each of your creatures. If I'd waited to next turn, I could have pulled that turn off. I would have taken some more damage there. It would have taken at least 3 damage. Or I might have chosen to Augur Spree if I had read the card correctly, in which case I couldn't have done it on this turn. He pops his Cluestone. So anyway, what we did there is I Street Spasmed for 3, I said, and that would have wiped his board. So again, apologies for misreading the card. It's been a while since I played with it. Tower Drake comes out. I'm going to Augur Spree that right away. And drop more land. So I've got a mitt full of land here. I'll get in with my Basilicus creature for 1. since the Tower Drake's no longer there to deal with it. And draw some more removal for the creatures he doesn't have. Probably means the game would have stayed pretty much the same. I would have been down a turn and burn here. I might have been at 17 life and he'd probably still be at 11. Gonna get in with the Screecher. Drop a Cobble Brute with Extort. He finally draws a Plains. Now he's got to decide what he wants to do. And he drops a Gellan Sphinx. That's the 1/5. Whenever it attacks. 1/5 Vigilance with flying. When it attacks, other attackers get +1/+1, I believe. So he passes the turn back. That's going to block this creature, but I couldn't just pound into that with my Cobble Brute if I chose. But I think I've got the game here, so I'm going to turn and burn with Extort, which puts him down to 7. I go up to 22. And I swing in here. That would have been 6 damage. It would have put him at 1 life. But he's not done yet. He has Chemister's Trick in his hand. And he's going to use it to -2/-0 my Cobble Brute. So he only takes 4 damage. That puts him down to 3. Buying him probably 1 extra turn. Although I didn't have the spell in hand to finish him here anyway. All I have left is a swamp. So I've got 5, 10, 11 of my 17 lands out in play already. He drops a Concordia Pegasus. I will just crash into that with my Cobble Brute after I play the Frost. No, I'll crash into it first. He blocks because he has to. And I'll play the Frostburn Weird with Extort. That puts him down to 2. I go up to 24 or 23. And we have, is that the Legion Loyalist now? Better late than never, I guess, right? And I've got Rubber Belt Maka in my hand to get in there with the team. He can only block 1, I think. He's going to flash in the Deputy of Acquittals, not bouncing anything. He will block there, so he will only take 1 damage, but I just Blood Rush the Maka onto there and deal 4, which puts him at -2 actually, and gives me the match. Anyway, thanks for playing, Michael. It was a fun, interesting game. Again, sorry about the misplay, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Stay tuned for the round 3 video against Rio. Alright, bye.